What? We're alive.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Hello.
This is weird. We're really far away from the camera, so.
I know.
There we go.
What's up, everybody?
I think we're all
There we
in.
go.
We're all in.
Just trying to find our live stream so we can follow along.
We can't see. We're outside, obviously, so we're a little.
We are live in Barry Sound.
We are.
Yeah. We're up north.
Steve
Cottage.
has to keep us posted on the comments because I
Yeah.
can use my computer.
Hey, Bob's Adventure.
That's me.
Bob's Bench, thanks for joining us. Sure.
This is Yo Trips.
Yo.
We are, like I said, we're at the Cottage. We're in Perry Sound, so that's the lake behind us.
Yeah.
We're out here on the back deck just enjoying some summer sun. It's starting to go down. We're just chilling here, having a drink. Yes, we're all sun-kissed from a day on the dock.
It was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Steps in the lake. Did some sunning on the dock. I'm trying to think of what we
I can't
did.
even remember.
What did I do today? Oh, yeah. I was supposed to be outside.
Kevin Jordan.
Kevin Jordan.
Hello.
You know where we recognize this? It's a little blown out, but you recognize where we are?
There's a lake back there.
There's a
everybody.
lake behind us here.
Bob's Adventure. They just released StreamYard Mobile. Is that I just saw the email. Is
No,
that
that's what I'm doing on my phone. It's not an app. You just go to the desktop.
Oh.
But we couldn't use the phone before.
up until like literally this morning?
Yes.
Oh, so we got really lucky then.
This is brand new.
Are we really lucky?
Yeah.
And I just assumed you can just go on the phone. But
No.
this is our mobile phone on StreamYard.
Yeah. We're trying it out. Up here at their cottage.
I have my laptop open until the battery dies.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah, the comments.
okay? I'm gonna close this down then.
Whatever.
Well, no, if you had to, because I'll save my battery then. So if this
Hello,
dies, then
David.
I can log in.
David.
We're a
Wardell.
little
Hey.
discombobulated
Yeah.
today.
We're a little
Hey,
over the
David.
place. It's a whole new setup for us up here at their cottage.
Just making the most out of what we got.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're loud enough. We're actually further away from the camera than we normally are.
It's a good point. We've got a lot of ambient sound around us with nature, so hopefully you guys can hear us okay.
And the signal. So fingers crossed.
That's true too. Yeah. Can you guys hear us? Okay. If not, I can always lower the tripod and put it more in
I
front
think
of
they're
us.
okay. Nobody said anything.
It's been so far.
Can you hear I think it's a squirrel chittering in the background there.
So it's a little blown out behind us, which sucks, but it is a beautiful lake right there.
We could always show them.
Here on the back deck.
Yeah.
Beautiful locker behind us.
It is very nice. We're a little frazzled because we got a little preoccupied having some drink.
With some friends down at the other end of the lake.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of run back and
It was like, it's like 10 to 7. We got to run back to this cottage and get set up. So
podge it together.
And
So
we're like, wait, are we using laptops, cell phones, or whose cell phones? It was
Yep.
But we're all good. We're pretty much on time, I think. I don't know
I think
the
we're
time
pretty
it is.
much on time.
Maybe a minute or two late, but we did pretty good.
wonder if you hit the screen in the background or not.
Let's find out.
Nobody wants to look at our ugly faces.
Yeah, if you change the focus.
All right, well, you're just gonna get the blown out screen, guys. That's fine. They can tell it's a lake.
I was
You
gonna
can see it here.
What if sorry, hang on, everyone. I was going to
There's some camera adjustments.
just put this flush.
Oh, now it's like
Uh-oh.
usually our waist down we're covered.
I'm like, is this going to be a crotch shot? It may be a crotch shot.
I'll tilt that.
Oh gosh, that's a horrible angle. There we go. That's good.
That's
It's
better.
still blowing out, though. It's
No,
just
it's
too
fine.
bright.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be in it though. You gotta move it a bit.
That's fine. No one gives a shit.
Okay. Well, just trust us. But you can see it right there. Where am I pointing? Right
Oh,
there.
never mind. You can't see. There's
You can
pillows
see
and
it.
cushions behind us.
And the beautiful tree. Actually, one of those trees. I don't know if it's this one or not, but I planted it when I was like 12 years old. I planted it
Maybe
from
One of
like,
these ones?
the one right over Kelly's head. You can just barely see the tip of it there.
I planted it when it was like just a little sapling.
You and your grandpa planted it, right?
We did, and then now it's obviously
Grandpa Cecil.
been a few years, so it's grown a bit taller.
Yeah.
Hello, Bob the Raptor.
Yeah, this is your family cottage.
Hey, Bob. Happy Friday.
Hey,
Thanks
Bob.
for joining us.
David just said the angle of Eric is perfect for Heidi.
Oh, jeez.
And got a laptop in front of me.
I need to sit better so I'm not like exposing my crotchal area.
It's just awkward. We're used to having the table, so we kind of like.
Here, I need one more adjustment.
I'm usually wearing sweatpants and.
Tell me when it's good, Eric.
Oh,
There,
almost.
that's good.
Yeah, that's better. Whew. Now I can sit back and not.
Free to love, welcome, and he or she said, come on, that's a green screen behind you guys."
I wish it was a green screen.
Eric
No,
will,
I don't.
Eric will go jump in the lake.
I will.
No, yeah, this is 100% not a green screen.
Not
We
a green
are
screen.
Up in Cottage country, just outside of Perry Sound.
Yeah. Who's in the stream?
Free to laugh, David Wardell, Bob's Adventure, Bob the Raptor, and then anybody else that's hiding that hasn't said hello.
Yeah,
Kevin
guys.
Jordan was here.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Kevin's just living vicariously through us. We're going to be up here in 3 weeks, I think. We're going to be back here, a big group of us.
Oh, that might be an
so.
epic live stream.
That might be a mess of a live stream.
That could be a total mess.
We are committed to going live every Friday, no matter where we are. So
Yes.
Yeah, up here, let's try it. At least go live for a little bit.
Free to laugh
Sorry.
now says any Bigfoot sightings.
No, but we did see it. There was a big beaver down at the beach we were at. That was about the only wildlife, other than a few chipmunks, a couple of mice in the cottage that we managed to get rid of.
Killed. Oh, Eric told the story about your mice story.
So, I found out where the mice are getting in. There's mice in this cottage, and I found out where they're coming in. Last night, I was in the bathroom, probably about 1 in the morning-ish, just,
Doing your thing.
doing my thing in the bathroom, going to the bathroom. And as I was sitting on the can, I saw this mouse pop up from this tiny little space in between the shower, and there's a shelf beside the shower. This tiny little crack in between the two pieces. This mouse flew out. It flew in front of my legs. It startled me, so I jumped. I was like, "Whoa!" And then, as soon as I got startled, the mouse got startled. It flew back into this little hole. So, mice in the cottage, we know how they're getting in now.
I mean, I always know they're here. I just don't like to see them.
Yeah.
Like, live your life, do your thing. Just don't let me see you. And then I found one dead in the trap. Ugh. Drama.
Yeah, 2 in traps in the last 24 hours.
So,
Yeah.
Bob,
So to block the hole, Steve put a little steel wool in there, but it just got to move the hole from the ground up a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see if we might actually put our trail cam in the bathroom tonight. See what it
Oh,
catches
no.
overnight.
The trail camp's still going to the forest. Now we'll put in the bathroom.
Yeah, see what.
There's more wildlife in the bathroom than there is in the forest.
Yeah, based on our previous, if you guys check some of our old Perry Sound videos,
Our trail camp hasn't caught much.
no,
Yeah.
we tried throwing food out there too. I think we got a couple of raccoons maybe.
A couple of
we
raccoons.
saw a deer.
There
There was
One-
a deer.
one time
we
there was
saw
a deer.
once, yeah.
Bob the Raptor says, as the Bankman mammal in Ghostbusters 2, and you don't want us exposing ourselves. I don't know what that means.
It's a Ghostbusters 2 reference. Dr. Peter Venkman. It was that was Bill Murray's character.
Yeah.
It's quoted.
Bob's Adventure said, I would love to make something live on my Blackstone on your show.
Blackstone. That's an electric griddle, I think, isn't it? I know because when I was googling how to cook steaks inside,
Sure, Bob, we can
Blackstone
totally do that.
was the flat griddle thing. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bob.
Yeah, let us know.
And Bob's Adventures, congratulations on hitting 1K.
Yes, he did. That's
You've
awesome.
You've been
Congratulations.
killing it lately, my man. Your
Yeah.
subs have, whew,
Yeah.
in the last month or so, you've really shut up. That's
People
awesome.
know we
man.
got a lot
Congrats.
of comments. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't want to lose them. So Bob the Raptor says, hey, free to laugh. No, okay, sorry. Bob the Raptor says that most mammal is about a millionth your size.
It's
Yes.
true, but they're creepy and gross.
David Wardell says trail cam in the bathroom. Eric forgets. Totally new channel.
We actually had that discussion about whether
Awkward. I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'd want to deal with that.
No.
Bob's Adventures, yeah, video out today. I made burgers on it. Sounds delicious.
Nice. We'll have to check it out later. We will for sure.
And the Rosh vlog is here. Hello,
Oh, hey, Rosh, thanks for
I'm
joining
assuming
us.
it's
Paul.
Paul.
And hopefully Lincoln's there with you.
Paul, Lincoln, Kristen, whoever. Hey, happy Friday, guys.
Bob's Adventure says, thank you, Bob, the Raptor and Joe. Van Mammal, the Blackstone. That is awesome. I'm just going to... Yeah, then they just start talking amongst themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, but congrats to
Yeah.
Bob's Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1K
Big
subs.
milestone.
That's huge. Like
Yeah.
I said, watching on vidIQ, I can see your subscriber totals and stuff, and how many.
Yeah.
It's really good, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. Well earned too, man.
Paul and Lincoln are there. Kristen is at work. Oh, that sucks that Kristen's at work, but thank you, Paul and Lincoln, for
Yeah,
joining
Yeah,
us.
thanks
guys,
for joining
join
us.
Happy Friday. Hope you guys are enjoying it.
Hopefully the pup Noel's around too. I love that
Noel's
dog.
always in the
I
background.
love that
Yeah.
dog.
I got a mosquito bite on my foot here, guys.
Yeah, so if you guys are just tuning in, obviously it's a different background. This is not a green screen. We're
No.
really on location at the cottage, which is amazing. It was hot today. I don't know if you can tell that we got a little sun today.
Got a little sun, a little baked.
Yeah, I definitely got some. I can feel it on my forehead and I can feel it on my chest here.
Thank you, Bob. He says, don't forget to smash the claws up button and like the live stream.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you, yes.
Definitely a thumbs up definitely helps us, so we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So please bear with any technical difficulties we may have. We're streaming from our data, so
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a phone connected to another phone, and then we've got our laptop connected to that same phone, I believe, and then so we're hoping this is all going to stay
Yeah.
stay connected properly.
hold on. I don't know, guys. Like a lot of people are saying they like the view. Like, do you guys want to see a better view? Like, want us to take the camera off and just actually
I could
show
show
you
them the view.
Yeah,
the
let's.
lake.
You guys
Sure.
want to see our?
1 second, guys.
Hello, Heidi.
Okay,
Hey, Friday.
so
Hey, Heidi. Happy Friday.
hey, Heidi.
You missed the crotch shot of Eric.
So this is them.
Oh yeah.
I'll go show you guys a view of.
Hey, Eric, be careful. Don't make them throw up.
Oh, sorry. By the way, I'm trying to fling you guys around too much.
Don't show them my bald spot.
So this is.
You can unplug it to move it. It's not gonna.
There's also that's a line.
Oh my goodness, Eric. Okay. You're getting a lot of awkward angles.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to what you're shooting.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so this is the lake. So I'll give you guys a little pan of the lake here.
What's going on?
Are they caught up yet?
It's catching up now.
Yeah, you're good to keep going.
Okay.
Okay, there's a lot. Okay.
Oh, and the endorsements here.
Oh, hey, endorsement.
Hey, the endorsement. Happy Friday.
Shouldn't you be eating a pizza right about now? Don't worry, the endorsement. We're on it. I forgot they can't see us, so.
Yeah.
But that is the view. Eric, you go talk to them. You're closer.
Oh, this is the. Here, I'm gonna point to this. This is the Kelly tree she planted with her grandpa. Down here.
Bob says not Lake Ontario. No, it's a small private lake.
It's a small family-owned lake. There's a Canadian flag. Where I forget how far behind Streamlabs is versus what I'm actually shooting.
Yeah, don't
Don't
look
look
at
at
Yeah.
what we just talked about.
So, Canadian flag over here. You know, gotta have the Canadian flag up. Beautiful lake. Is this Lochern Lake? I guess it's called.
Yeah.
And then floating dock.
Do you want me to give it thing?
Yeah, I need you to give like the tour. This is your lake.
It's not
Well,
my lake.
it's your family's lake, not your lake. Sorry. Kelly's gonna take over.
Eric was getting stressed out.
I don't know what to say.
Okay, so here is like this is the part of our cottage here, and then obviously the lake view right here. So then,
The beaver right there.
oh, there's a beaver. Look,
I think you guys can see there's a beaver going across the lake right now.
you probably can't see it. You're way too far
Oh, it
away.
just went under the water.
But just below the dock, there was a beaver. They're huge here. And then I'll just give you a wide shot of the kind of. It's a small private lake, like it's not big at all. Like that's kind of the whole.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't span very far.
And then if you turn around, like there's the lake there, and if you turn around, like the cottage is right here. And there's Eric, and then there's Steve with their little setup. Yeah, but that's it. We're literally like, here's the deck, and then here's the lake. So it's pretty cool. Very, very lucky. Okay, guys, bear with me for a second. I'm gonna get Eric to put you back on the tripod.
I'll promise not to shake you as much as I did last time. Be very smooth with my transitions, so no one gets seasick here. Okay.
The Roche vlog says that let have a place for that on the lake to hang out on. Very nice setup. Bob the Raptors at Lochern Lake. I'll look it up. David Wardell says, "Hey, nice beaver." Remember that? Do you remember that in the? Was it the Naked Gun?
Yeah.
And Leslie Nielsen's like, "Hey, nice beaver," and Christoph was like, "Thanks, I just had it stuffed."
So it's a really unique situation that is the cottage, like I call it the cottage. Whereas like my grandpa built it in the 60s.
Yeah.
60s he built it. So
it started out as one room and then slowly
Yeah.
grew over time to the kitchen and then the living room and the bedroom.
My grandparents actually retired up here and lived here year round for 10 years, and then they bought a house in town. But yeah, we used to spend Christmases up here and everything. And then the interesting part is that the cottage is on this side of the lake. At least it was my grandma's father. I don't know, I can't remember the exact details, but he and his brother had the land
Yeah.
of the lake, my great grandfather. And then he had all his kids draw straws for plots. So my grandma and all her siblings drew straws for plots, and this is my grandma's plot. And then they built a cottage on it. So each plot on this lake is my grandmother's sibling, and then their family, like that is
Yeah.
down through generations.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like-
just carried down over the years.
Yeah, so like Kelly's grandmother's cottage next door is her grandmother's sister, and they were all sisters. So it's
And there's
one sister, two sister, three sister, four sister, five sister. Then across the lake was that was
brother.
your great grandfather's cottage.
So
originally.
right across the lake behind us, you can't really see it's blown out, but that's where the original cottage was. That my great grandfather, the house he lived in.
Yeah, like your mom would go there as a child to
Yeah.
pop up's cottage, and then
So it's
slowly built out.
really cool because like you come, and when I say like the next cottage over, it's like not far. Like we were just at the
It's
cottage.
like 30 feet.
Yeah, like we were at the cottage the furthest down having some drinks with my cousin, and it was like not even a 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
No, like back in the day, we tried driving golf balls, and like
Across the
you
lake.
can drive a golf ball probably past the halfway point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not
So,
far, and like
That's what 300, 250,
250 yards. Yeah.
we just
On a good
have
day, 300 at the wind right.
we just
If
have
I'm lying a bit of a golf game,
we just have paddle boats and like canoes and kayaks here. We don't have any speedboats. Honestly, the lake's not big enough for a speedboat. It is very small. You can't tell by the video.
No, you can easily swim lengthwise, widthwise. You can swim it no problem. It's
Yeah.
not that, it's big, but not huge.
So yeah, it's very small. I mean, it is on a map, I think, but actually, I don't know because if you want to look at the general location, the biggest lake around us is called Lorimer Lake, and that's like a giant lake that has like it's huge. But
Yeah.
this is a very small
This is
private.
yeah.
I'm just gonna read this.
Actually, Tim Hortons, which is anyone who's Canadian knows, it's a huge donut coffee shop. They do. They have a couple of camps for kids that are for like, I guess they're like underprivileged
Well, the
kids.
kids who
or,
can't afford to go to
yeah,
camp. And
so
stuff
they
like
actually
that.
have a camp just maybe 10 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So there's a camp here, and there's one out in Nova Scotia, and there's a couple other ones in the country, but there's one that's literally like 10 minutes up the road from us.
David said he would love to be. He would spend hours fishing. But I think I mentioned in a few other live
it's
streams
good fishing here.
it's like not big fishing here. Like I think you're lucky if you get a fish over 12 inches.
yeah.
Oh, that's a big
When
fish.
we were
yeah.
kids, like everybody was up here fishing a lot, so it was hard. Now, not many people fish anymore, so it's kind of repopulated itself. But
Yeah.
they're not big fish. Like 9 times out of 10, you throw them back because they're not big enough to eat.
Yep.
But it's really really fun. Like I fish with worms and a bobber because I love the worm and the bobber thing. But I love fishing, and I'm gonna say that I am self-proclaiming myself to be a champion fisher. woman.
Kelly's good fishing. She always catches like last year. I think she might have caught double digits.
Yeah. I think you're the self-proclaimed queen of the lake
No,
as far as fishing goes.
just fishing, but not even like my track record proves it.
Okay. Yeah, that's
I
true.
literally, Steve's been with me. I literally throw it in.
Yeah,
And,
it's annoying.
It's annoying. Everyone else is trying to catch fish because like another one.
David
another
Wardell
one.
says sizes and everything.
It is honestly, I just like fishing for the fun of it. Like I said, 9 times out of 10. Actually, we don't keep a lot now anymore anyway because my grandpa was the only one that could really fillet and clean a fish properly. I've done it once because I was trained as a kid to do it,
Yeah.
but it's still not. as
No, we
good
kind of
as-
go like if it's depending on the size. If it's then it's like if we catch one big one, then we'll keep it. But if we don't catch another one, we'll just rather than having one, we'll just toss it back. If we catch 2 or 3, then we might
Yeah.
take them to the wood shop and
And
clean
then
them up and throw them in the grill.
Paul just said my dream would be to live on a lake somewhere in Florida. A lake is
Oh, that'd be nice.
the best view. Florida would be amazing because it's a 12-month view that you can sit in.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. From like November to May, this place is closed down.
Yeah, no one's really up here.
No, there's a couple that live
Well,
year round, but
It used to be winterized, but now it's just because nobody comes up. It's very expensive to keep it sort of winterized. So
Mhm.
You guys, Paul just said the birds are going crazy. You guys can
you
hear
can
them?
hear them, eh?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots
Yeah.
of birds here.
So right over there is like the little bay, and around dusk you hear like
The
a
bullfrogs.
symphony of bullfrogs.
Yeah.
Like it's so loud, it's crazy.
Yeah, and probably hear them more because the microphones on the camera are pretty far away from us, so you're probably hearing a lot of
More
the
than us.
ambient sound. And,
So we hear more birds than us right now.
yeah,
Bob
they're
said
pretty loud.
Kelly mammal is a plesiosaurus. I'll take it.
Source. Okay.
Birds want fish prey. They do, and actually, it's a little windy still, but usually it's like a lot calmer. So,
Yeah, sometimes the lake gets really like glass almost.
but
Yeah.
then the fish jump out to get the little bugs on the lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start to see once the sun goes, you can see little water striders and stuff on the top of the lake, and the fish come up to eat them all. So that's a good time to go fishing. But once the sun starts to go down here, that's when the mosquitoes come out. So there's like around dusk from like 8:30 to about 10, the mosquitoes get really bad. So usually we'll go back inside, and then once the sun goes down, it's okay to come back out.
Yeah, we hide inside for a couple hours.
Yeah, the
They're
mosquitoes
really
are.
bad. Every time I'm
yeah.
like, whatever, I can handle it, and you just want to like, ooh, they're so bad. You could do a catch and cook with the frogs.
Yeah, you could. It's a little hard to get into the bay to get to them. You gotta kind of like go out and in, but they're all you hear them all night long.
Oh yeah.
And there's
There's a little chipmunk.
another chipmunk chittering or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was a beaver that apparently, like I didn't realize it. I was talking to my cousin, and there is a giant beaver
Yeah.
here, like it's like the size of a dog beaver. That
It's big.
apparently
We can see its head. Yeah.
Yeah.
apparently goes down to we call it the beach because it's like where you can walk into the water down there, and sits on the beach and like eats all the ferns. So we were looking for it. It was there, but we were too noisy, so it got pissed. Like it came like 5 feet from
It's
shore,
pretty close. Yeah.
and then it started like.
So they smack their tail when they get angry.
He was
Scare you away.
he was
Oh.
pissed.
He's not a happy beaver.
They actually have just over in the bay where we're talking about here. Over here, you can see there's a beaver dam there, so I'm pretty sure that's where he lives.
Yep.
If you're out in the paddle boat at dusk and they're swimming around, they'll just come right up to you and like
Yeah,
they
they
don't care.
try and chase you away.
Mhm.
Paul said he hasn't been fishing in years. I don't remember if I went fishing last year. I love it though.
A lot of times we'll just take when we're swimming and stuff. I'll take one down on the dock there, just cast it in. I'm not really trying to catch anything, but it's just kind of nice to
Yeah.
cast in the water, reel it in.
I just realized you guys are all wearing sunglasses and I'm not. I don't match.
It's not
Glasses,
that, Eric.
glasses.
Sunglasses hide the bags.
This is true. I got nothing hiding in the bags right now.
Like,
I've been
I
drinking for the last little while. So
I
it's
have
keeping-
extreme sun and bags and no makeup on my face, so that's why we have glasses.
I can definitely feel the sun.
I feel
got
naked
today.
with sunglasses.
I can feel the sun on my head that I got today. I was out in the sun a little too long.
Glasses hide everything. Ooh, that
It's
hurt
still
my
kind of
face.
sunny out here too. It's nice. The sun sets on the other side of the cottage there. So
Yeah.
I want to try and get a nice sunrise, but I need to get my butt up at like 5 a.m.
That's
But the
tough.
sunrise is right behind us,
Right over the
so
lake here.
yeah,
Yeah.
the sun and the moon comes up. Actually, the moon was already out this morning. This afternoon, we could see it.
Yeah.
we went swimming today. I didn't go in, they did. And what did you say the temperature of the water was?
72.
Yeah,
70.
72.
That's how small of a lake is.
Yeah.
The lake it is that it's 72 degrees.
Yeah, 72 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Not-
So it's
Hope not Celsius.
Not
know,
Celsius.
no. So it was it's cool, refreshing.
Okay, but that's warm compared to most lakes.
Well,
Oh, for a lake, yeah. Like if you go to like one of the Great Lakes,
Yeah.
it's never gonna be 72 probably.
But that just shows like we get a couple of days of like really hot weather here. That thing's like a
Yeah,
bathtub.
the small lake heats up quick.
Oh yeah, when we come up in a couple of weeks or even in August, yeah, it can be like really warm. It's crazy.
Hello, Jackie.
Hey Jackie, happy
Thanks for
Friday.
joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
72 makes sense to Bob and Joe.
That's right.
Hey, there we go. Our American friends. They know what 72 degrees
I don't know
is.
what 72 is in Fahrenheit, but I know it's pretty warm for a lake.
It's
Yeah.
like 16.
David
17,
said-
something like that.
David said the air temp here wasn't even that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
lakes.
No, it's nice here. It's warm.
Yeah, it was refreshing.
I am going to go get some water or something. So do you want to hold this? In the
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
Drinking water.
Well, I'm getting a drink.
Yep.
So you
I can look
guys-
after the comments.
Okay.
We're at the cottage. No water here. Well, the water's in the lake.
Kylie says swimming is overrated. David, much like running. if I'm not being chased, why bother doing either?
It's not so much about the swimming; it's more just lying in the sun, getting a nice tan. That's really
Yeah, exactly. So we were like in the sun, getting a little getting baked in the sun a little bit.
yeah. The
So
lake is
okay, let's
just
go
kind of the
cool off, jump in the lake quick.
exactly. There's actually a I don't know if you guys can see. There's actually a sauna down there too. So sometimes we'll go in the sauna, and then you want to jump in the lake to cool off and go back in the sauna again, and that's a nice little way to spend a
Yeah.
couple hours. You go in the sauna, get a nice sweat on, jump in the lake, get all that grunge off, and then
Yeah.
back in again.
So Roche Vlog, Paul says, 72 sounds good to me. That's about what our little pool is at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, 72 is like a nice. It's refreshing, which is what kind of what you want.
Yeah. And then Bob and Joe, they said Lake Erie is much colder, which, yeah.
100%. Yeah. It's probably in like the 60s, I bet.
Oh, yeah. I've never been in Lake Erie when it's been 70 degrees, I don't think.
No, when we go, because we go to Port Dover, which when Bob and Joe were touring the park there, they were looking over at Port Dover, I think, and yeah, it's nice the water there, but I would say 72 is probably as warm as it gets. I would think.
Yeah.
And we live like where we live in Burlington or Toronto area. We're on Lake Ontario, and
Yeah.
we don't really swim there. It's
No,
we have a nice beach in Burlington, but
it's not the cleanest water, but we are.
no, but there's a big steel factory and stuff there, so just
Yeah, it's
kinda,
like,
yeah, we go to swim in Lake Erie if we want to go swimming.
Yeah, I don't want to grow a third eye.
No, and that's why we bought that little pool for our backyard, so we
Yeah.
can just jump in our backyard rather than having to go to the lake.
So Jackie's saying she loves swimming, so she's on board with swimming.
Swimming's always. I love swimming.
I love swimming too.
Sorry, Heidi.
Sorry, yeah.
Respectfully disagree.
Respectfully disagree with Heidi. We love swimming. And then Heidi says, "LOL, Steve. I'm like a milk bottle who burns at about 14 degrees heat.
Oh,
So
Heidi,
she doesn't sunbathe either."
Heidi, I don't handle the sun well at all. My roots are Finnish, Scandinavian, so I burn easily.
My roots are Irish.
That's what I kill.
I should burn more than I do, but
you do. You just
no, but I only burn. I'm not burned. But the mosquitoes are.
Mosquitoes are popping out of it. That's why if you see us just like randomly doing this, it's the
mosquitoes
bugs.
going to come out a little bit.
You can see there's one here.
Yeah,
they're the most annoying bugs on the planet.
I think it's on my. Yeah, I was gonna say it's on my forehead. I could feel it.
Can we just talk about the groceries that we bought to come here?
Some steak, ribs, and chicken, and a whole bunch of candy.
Okay.
Half of it was candy, I think.
More than half of it.
Yeah, it's good.
We have so much candy here and junk food.
Oh yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah, like of the 3 shelves in the fridge, the top shelf was pretty much all candy and snack food.
Yeah.
No, I think we bought. What do we got? We got some hamburgers, some hot dogs.
Yep.
Nice big thing of ribs. Some
chicken wings.
Yep. Made a couple salads.
Some potatoes.
Eggs and bacon, and then
junk food.
A whole bunch of junk food.
We have there's an outdoor fire pit just that way. I'm no pointing means nothing to you guys, but that way there's just a giant outdoor fire that we usually do s'mores and cook burgers and stuff on.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that. We'll probably do that tonight later. We haven't
check out our Instagram feed, guys. We're at We're the Trips.
Yes, I've been posting lots of Insta stories
and pictures and stuff. So you guys want to see what we're up to? That's the best place to do it.
That's right.
Yes.
And if you don't have Instagram, sign up and just follow us.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
I don't know why I just did that. That was weird. I meant to go like this.
Just Food Review says that Lake of the Woods.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Is it a movie?
Right? Is that Lake of the... I'm not sure what that means.
We're at the lake. Yes, we
are at the lake.
This is a real, like we said to someone else. This is a real. I don't know how much you can see. It looks like it's blown out, but
yeah,
down below they can see.
We're we're just outside of Parry Sound, Ontario, which is about 3 hours north of where we live in Toronto.
So Jackie says, "Let me guess, you guys only bought alcohol." So
I'm drinking water now. I gotta rehydrate from the day.
And this is the key right here, guys.
The Bubba.
You buy a Bubba, nice insulated mug, fill it with your poison drink of choice, and it stays cold for hours. It's great.
You actually get mocked up here if you drink water. So I'm expecting a lot of mocking, but I need to rehydrate from the sun.
The rumors are if I go back on the other side of the cottage this way behind us, there's the forest. Rumor is if I go back there far enough, Kelly's grandpa and her great uncle had stills back there for moonshine.
No, everybody says it's true, but nobody knew where it was.
Well, apparently it's way back there.
They hid it, and now it's obviously overgrown.
It was, yeah. I want to find it. start that tradition
He
again.
used to make his own moonshine, and I
Oh,
think
moonshine.
it's a rite of passage growing up here. Like I probably had my first like happy hour is a real thing here. So
That's where
especially
we were.
especially when my grandparents and like that generation was still like around and in their 60s and 70s, and we were all kids. Every day their happy hour was at 3 o'clock. Everybody would kind of gather at one spot. Somebody's cottage together. They drink their rum and cokes. They drink their crown and cokes. And everybody, like, I think I had my first taste of rum and coke when I was like 5. Like, it's just what you do,
Yeah.
right?
Well, your uncle Ad there down the lake, he made they called it White Lightning. That was
White Lightning.
his homemade white wine, which
Oh my
is
God.
It made you hallucinate.
it's like pure
It was
pure
brutal.
alcohol.
And
There's still a couple bottles left, I think, in the basement there at the cottage.
like when I was 5 years old, like we already knew what every beer would look like and everything. Like we were the gophers. We would, and that was the whole thing. It's like the grandparents and parents would be like, "Yeah, you guys can hang around with us. Just go get our drinks every so often."
Well,
So
that's
we
it.
did.
Kevin, if you're still watching, I'm expecting Dylan's old enough now that she can pour a beer, at least a decent rum and coke.
Dylan can read now, so she can totally do it.
She's 9,
Almost
almost 9. She can definitely pour a mixed drink.
Yeah.
Not like a Manhattan or something like that, but
Rum
like
and
a
coke.
rum and
What's
coke.
wrong with
Or,
this draft living this Manhattan?
But I don't know. Do you guys want like I can try and just like kind of do a quick little walk around and show you guys if you want. If it's gonna be too annoying, I won't. But
I think it's a good idea.
what, just show them the cottage.
well,
Yeah,
I can show them quickly inside and stuff like that.
yeah.
Or
That's
should I,
cool.
are you also tripping about the grounds or like
Well, both. It just depends. You
The
just need,
grounds. That sounds so fancy. It's
I don't know,
you just need to follow me, or I just need to have your
work phone?
data phone so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't lose
Yeah.
connection.
Do you guys
That's
want to?
nice.
Do you guys want a tour of where we're at right
Yeah.
now?
Let's do it quickly.
Cass
Flemings.
Fleming's.
The inside of the cottage is very cottage. It's I
Sure.
shouldn't say that. It's a pretty like it's like my grandparents used to live here all year, so it's like a house.
It's
like,
quaint. It's
Yeah.
it's just
Did anybody say no?
We're so far behind. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. There's a bit of a delay on the
Yeah.
stream yard.
so I think it's a good idea though. If you guys are all for this, we'll do like a tour of the cottage.
I'll do my very, very best to not make you guys dizzy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Rush Fox says let's see a tour.
Yeah, let's take them
Bob
for a
Rob
tour.
says yay tour roar.
Okay.
So we got multiple people up for the tour.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to be very careful and not.
Kelly's going.
So I'm just gonna because I want to be able to see what they can see. So there's Steve. Steve, you can just walk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can.
Okay,
walk
so
down.
we're on the.
So this is the like deck.
This
that-
is the quote unquote front deck.
the lake
So
there.
there's the lake, and we're gonna go into the cottage.
This is the sun porch. Well, that's what we call the sun porch.
You got little chimes here.
Okay, we don't need to do the chimes. That's so annoying. This I don't know if you guys remember the stream where we were talking about the monkey lamp,
That was when I was up here a couple weeks ago.
but that's the monkey. This is the room Steve was sitting in during his live when he joined us in the live stream, and that's the monkey lamp. Like it's probably from the 1960s. It's actually horrifyingly creepy, but I can't ever. Like my mom keeps threatening to get rid of it, and it makes me cry.
you
So
can see that little bit with some light
The
on it.
light's even creepier, I think.
it even has the palm things. Eric, I don't know if you want to hold the computer and maybe behind us if there's any comments or.
Sure, I can do that.
So yeah, that's the palm tree. Then this is just we have a futon in here. For we use it as when we have lots of people here, we kind of people sleep in here. And then from the sun porch, it's the kitchen. Please excuse any mess you see. We weren't planning on having guests.
Rush says you busted the chimes when you see them.
No. Kitchen table, then we have all the amenities. We have a fridge and a microwave.
Show them this here. This
Nancy,
is
Nancy Young just joined us and says, hey.
Hi,
Hey,
Nancy.
Happy Friday.
We have a wood burning stove that because when my grandparents used to live here all year round, they would use that. We don't use it very often. Sometimes when we come up in the fall.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
And then just a quaint little stove. Also, my grandpa was very short, so he had everything. Like, look at the difference.
In height.
Like Steve's 6'2", and look at his head almost reaches the top of the cabinets. My grandpa had it all custom built for his height.
It kills my back to do the dishes here because I'm always like hunched over, so I just don't clean anything.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
So then here I'll just show you this part. Sorry guys, I'm trying not to be very. Then there's just the bathroom where you can actually see the little mouse trap right there where we're trying to catch the mice. And right here is where the mice came in. I'm sure you're all excited to see that. Where is it? I can't see it very well.
It's blocked up with a steel wall.
You want to show them the...
Then this is just the laundry room because my grandparents used to live here, like I said. So they used to have like this. It still works. They had a washing machine, and then they'd hang everything up outside. And this is what we actually just call the booze area. We keep all our.
This is a small sampling of our.
We keep all our booze here.
Got a little tequila.
This is actually a pretty.
A little Havana Club rum.
This is a pretty small supply when we come back for the week.
Some Canada Club rye whiskey. Little Banfice vodka.
This is just for a weekend.
Yeah, and then we got a couple of bottles of red wine there.
So when we come up
there's more in the fridge here.
When we come up for the full week, we have way more booze than
pretty
this.
much, that looks really pathetic.
Yeah, it does.
That's just.
Most mammal. Joe would totally munch on that.
He can come and eat them.
Hey, you can do some favor, yeah.
And because we have all like in town, you can get water because it's lake water that runs through the tap, so you don't really want to drink it.
It's not filtered at all.
Jackie says this is our groceries.
I'll just show you the rest of the cottage, and I'll show you because that's like the back door there. But I'll just show you quickly. So then through the kitchen is just the living room. You know, just very cottagey. We have the couch. There's a big long couch there because now there's lots of people that come hang out. Steve wants to model it again.
You're modeling the couch now. This is how you model the sectional.
This
I can't do anything else.
This used to be the dining room when my grandparents lived here, but now we've turned it into like extra sleeping area. So there's curtains up here that we just pull down when there's a lot of people. It's full of crap right now, but it is a bed. And then there's a TV right here. We still have the modern technologies of TV. And I'm just going to show you guys this because it's cool, but that's my grandpa way back in the day when he had his, I don't know what kind of motorcycle that is.
Indian motorcycle.
Indian motorcycle. Apparently it's cool. And then this is the view. This is right out here is where we were just sitting. And so this is the view out of the living room window. And then we'll just go back here quickly. I'll just be quick with this part because nobody cares. But there's one small bedroom here. It's very small. It just has one like single bed. There's not much room in it. The wall's right here. But usually like kids or something sleep in here. What? There's a back door that goes out to the deck that we just were. Here's one of the big rooms.
Yes.
Again, it's not very, it's cottagey. Like we all bring our own stuff. So this is one room. And this room has the best view though, because this room
my underwear
looks right out to the lake. So this is the best room because it has the lake view. You get a nice breeze off the lake.
Who's staying in this room?
Eric.
This is Eric's room for the weekend.
There's his suitcase.
That's my suitcase.
Hopefully he doesn't have any dirty underwear out.
I might, so.
That'll be for sale on eBay later.
And then this is the second big bedroom. So it has like a queen bed. Like it's fair size. Like a lot of times, like when we have friends that have kids over in here, like them and then 2 or 3 kids will sleep on the floor. So it's pretty
Hey, Jeff and John.
Then this is the view out of this one. We'll show you guys. That's the bunkie out there. I'll show you guys that quickly.
Go to the bunkie.
I will. So that's the whole inside of the cottage.
Hey, carry on, Jeff and John. Happy Friday, guys. Thanks for joining us.
That is the whole inside. Come on, Eric. You have the data.
No, he doesn't. Does he have a with him too?
So we'll just go out the back door now. I'm trying not to move you guys too much. So yeah, it's a quaint little cottage. I mean, it's big, but it's not like. This is my favorite sign that I got at a craft show a couple of years ago.
What does this say?
Welcome to our cottage where friends and marshmallows get toasted at the same time.
Jeff and John, that's what we're cooking tonight.
Tonight
Nothing.
No, we're at our cottage, Jeff and John.
Okay.
We're doing a cottage tour.
This is the front door, and this is the bunkie. So we got this as extra sleeping sleeping place for when we have lots of people up here. It's locked.
Roche says he'll stay there.
Oh, it's not locked. So it was just built a summer or 2 ago. So it's enough, like we have a little bed in here now, but it's enough for a queen size bed and like a little desk or something. And then there actually is a loft up top that you can store luggage. We had to put the ladder up because there were too many kids that were in here. I'll be honest, the kids right now use it as a clubhouse.
It's pretty much in their niece and nephew. Like,
But you can totally sleep in here like a queen size bed. It's just a great little extra sleeping cabin, basically.
So Kelly painted the deck here. She picked the color and everything.
I painted the little deck. I picked the color turquoise. It's a beautiful color.
Spin the shop, gets everything done.
Then that's just forest.
Jackie loves the cottage sign. Rush says he'd stay there.
In here?
I think so. I think he's in the bunkie.
You want to show them the woodshed?
And this is just the woodshed where we have all the wood. The past couple of years it's been really dry, so we've had fire bans, so we haven't been able to use the wood. But back in the day, my grandpa used to chop down the trees and do all that stuff and have wood. And up until a couple of years ago, we were still using his wood. But now we buy wood from a supplier here, like a guy who does it out of his backyard. So we have enough wood here for a couple of summers.
David Wardell says the bunkhouse is where you get put. He's been told he snores like an angry bear.
And then it just has a whole bunch of tools, and that's a garage. So when my grandparents used to live here, they'd park the car in there, but now it's literally just full of old junk.
Someone left the light on, could turn it off.
And then in here is my grandpa's workshop, which it's really messy, guys, so don't judge.
Yeah, the shoppers are
But my grandpa used to do a lot of like woodworking, so he has all sorts of it's actually been pared down a lot since he passed away. We sold a lot of stuff, but this was where you would find him every day. In this, during the day, he'd be in here. Here's some of the fishing rods we have. But yeah, it's just a big pile of stuff now because nobody really keeps it that clean. But there's tons of tools. How many saws does one person need? Apparently a lot. This old refrigerator, up until I don't know, a couple of years ago, it worked. An old school fridge from the 50s. But it used to work. Now it just blows fuses, and then more stuff.
No.
And then right here,
Bob Roberts said this is so cool.
Right here is the outdoor fire pit that we use to cook on and do s'mores. And you can see it right from here, the view of the lake behind it. So you can see all the chairs there where everybody usually sits. That's where happy hour sometimes happens. And then right there is my aunt's cottage. So it's pretty close. We have to lake each other.
There's the forest.
And then this is that's our car there. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do my best to make sure I'm showing you. And then just right down here is the driveway to come up. It's really buggy already. I can hear them all around me. So yeah, that is pretty much the tour.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk you guys back to the tripod as carefully as I can. I'll go this way, so I'll show you guys this view. So this is from the side, and straight ahead is the lake. There's the fire pit. And then we have this deck here. That's a barbecue we use when we don't want to use the fire pit, but then the deck just goes all the way back up. And
okay, good, thanks.
And the sauna's ready, which is right here. That's the sauna. So apparently it's ready and we can use it if we want. But you guys don't want to see us go in the sauna, right? Okay.
So there's a beautiful fridge. So I guess they're talking about the one that was in the on the tripod here.
There you go. Your fingers in the way. Okay.
No, you're too far.
No, it's because I have the pops socket.
Oh yeah, the
so
pops
just leave
are
it,
okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Hopefully.
We're back.
All right.
I talked a lot, guys. I'm sorry.
That was
Hopefully,
good.
hopefully that
So
was.
plug your car back in.
Hopefully that wasn't too nauseating to.
Yeah, hopefully.
I was trying not to move too much.
So I get caught up with some comments here. Okay, so Karen, Jeff, and John said there's a very beautiful fridge. I'm just going to the wood shop, the retro fridge.
Yeah, that's nice.
Used to work.
Yeah, they have power cable on it.
Heidi says the workshop was fantastic. It reminds me so much of my tides. I don't know if I said that right.
Like I said, it was my grandpa's. He was always in there making every kind of wood shop thing you can make, and there used to be a lot more stuff.
Mm.
We used to have a three-wheeler.
Yeah.
A three-wheeler thing with a trailer. He used to cut down all the own trees and all that kind of stuff. So.
David Wardell loves the workshop. He says, I'm actually a time-served joiner. Never enough saws.
Oh, nice.
Well, because I said there was literally like 8 saws on the wall. I'm like, how many can you have?
Bob and Joe are actually going for a fire tonight. Jackie likes the hammock.
Oh, I didn't even show you the hammock. Yeah, it was there.
Yep. Karen Jeffrey says they have a lodge similar, which they rent out. David Wardell says sauna. That would be interesting. So maybe it's for a different live stream if we go like, yeah.
Nobody wants to see
No, we don't want to see that. Rush Flux says thanks for the tour.
Thank you.
Nancy Young says thanks for the tour as well. Bob Rapp says fun stuff. Thank you for the tour. And Karen Jeffrey says we're the beer guys.
Yeah, the beer. Well, somebody's in my glass or my cup, and
So
my drink's in there right now.
the alcohol.
I'm not manning the laptop.
The alcohol that we showed you guys, that's for 3 days worth. Now we're not going to drink it all.
No.
Some of the coolers for sure they're almost gone. We almost drank them all today.
But when we come up, maybe when
Do you want to go back to the laptop?
we do our live stream when there's a bunch of us here, we'll do another kind of show you sort of what we have. But
Yeah.
Jackie said, did you guys pass Weber's on Highway 11?
No, we go up the 400. So when it splits over Barrie, we go up the 69 400, not Highway 11.
But I've heard Weber's is very popular.
It's really good. Yeah, we stopped there a long time ago. We went to Algonquin. We used to drive past it. So yeah, when we get north of Barrie, we go right instead of straight.
Kara and Jeff and John said, who lives here? Nobody lives. My grandparents used to live here full time. Now it's just a summer cottage that like myself, my family, and then like my aunts and uncles, we kind of share time here.
Yeah, there's strictly a summer cottage cabin now.
Like I said, I used to come up here when I was a kid and spend Christmases up here. Like that was pretty cool. Like, you know, there'd be like me and my sister used to go on the roof of the house because the snow was so high and like jump into snowbanks. And we used to go cut down our own Christmas tree. It was really cool.
Weber's has really good burgers. I haven't been there in years. We used to go up a lot of times for we go to Algonquin for the long weekend in May, the May 2-4 weekend. So we'd stop there to get some burgers, but it's been a while since we've been up there. But yeah, it's always good.
I miss the kitchen. The kitchen's not very exciting.
No. The coolest thing in the kitchen is we have a wood burning stove in there that we use if
it's cold.
It's cold. More so now. We come up sometimes for Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, October.
Thank you, Paul, for joining us, and give Lincoln a little high five or a hug from us.
Say hi to Lincoln for us, and take care. Thanks for joining us, guys.
He doesn't know us, but we know him.
Have a good weekend, guys. Thanks for joining us. And say that Kristen when she gets home from work.
Yes.
My shoe fell off.
I'm just waiting for Eric to get back. I have to use the washroom now. He's trying to drink all that water. But now because of the mouse in the bathroom, when I go in there, I sing really loudly so that hopefully it'll scare them away.
I put a broom in there so you could smack on the floor to try and make a bit of extra noise to scare away any critters that might be lurking in the back that I don't see.
David Wardell said, if I had that place, I would live there and be a wildlife photographer. I love taking photos up here. I don't know, in the thumbnail of this stream, if you saw, it's one of my favorite pictures of the lake. It was just like perfect timing of glass lake. I mean, I've taken so many pictures of this lake, it's crazy. Carry on, Jeff and John said the fridge was awesome. Is it for sale? We were gonna sell it at one point because it is like a collector's item. It's so old. I think it would be for sale. It's just they cut the power because people were using it and it was like a fire hazard.
It's kind of got a little.
It would have to be. Inside. It would have to be refurbished. Like you'd have to buy it and know how to kind of fix it.
Yeah. before it worked fine, but because that used to be like our beer fridge. But then,
Thank you, Bob and Joe, for joining us.
oh, take care, guys. Don't forget,
Um,
Bob and Joe go live tomorrow night at 7. You guys are around. Check them out. And
Heidi-
Jackie goes tomorrow night at 10.
And she might go tonight as well.
Yeah, what day is it today?
Friday.
Friday, huh?
It's Friday.
Heidi says, "Me too, David. I'd be in my element with all the animals, mice and all. I love all the animals. I don't really like the fact that there's mice watching me pee. Like, I don't mind letting them live their life. I just don't want to see them.
Well, when you're looking around, you see them run to the kitchen and stuff. Sometimes
not
it's a little, or
Yeah.
like you said, when Eric's going to the bathroom, they run out from the side of the wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a nice way to like. It woke me up. That's for sure. It
Yeah,
was about 1 in the morning. Just go to the bathroom. Like, well, there's a mouse.
yeah.
But yeah, I love the sound. Like I can hear all the birds and chipmunks now, and it's so nice. And that's what kind of sucks because the bugs get so bad around this time. Is that you want to just sit out here because it's super peaceful now. Like it's been windy all day, and now it's like,
It's so calm right now.
yeah,
The wind died down.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, you hear the occasional car. There's the main road. You hear the like right now. There's a car coming by. I don't know if you guys
it's
heard it,
really faint.
but that's about all you hear. And occasionally you hear a train. There's a train track that's pretty far from you, so occasionally you hear the train blow its horn at night. But that's really about it. Other than
Yeah, not a lot.
dogs or really, it's like chipmunks, birds, and frogs.
Also,
People jump into the lake.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear people having fun up here.
Yeah.
also, what was I gonna say? Heidi said I used to keep rats, so I love the small furries. I don't mind them, just not when they watch me pee. Like, that's it. I just don't want to watch them pee. Have them watching me pee. Is there any crocodile in the river? No.
No, the worst thing you're gonna run into there is either a beaver or maybe a snapping turtle.
Yeah.
Used to be
There was a
huge
big
one,
snapping turtle.
but we haven't seen him in a few years, so I think he might have moved on. But
Yeah.
Yeah, like this lake's only fed by a really small stream, like that goes under the road. Like it's not fed by any big. I think that's right?
yeah, there's just at the very far end
So,
here, there's a little stream, so
there was-
there's not much here in terms of
There-
fish and stuff.
Was actually an issue with the beavers that I just learned today. So where the stream goes into the lake, there's
Like a culvert that goes into the road.
yeah, so they have like tubes so it can go underneath the road. And I guess the other year, my cousin was driving because there's a road that goes right over top of it and the water's right there. So she's like, oh, the water's really high. So she called the city and was like, oh, the water's really high, like it's going to wash up the road. But apparently those pesky little beavers built their dam right by the
Yeah,
opening
they blocked off the entrance to it, so all the lake water's just
Piling up. It didn't have anywhere to exit.
it was all going up. So it's gonna go fly out the road, so they had to come here and blow out the beaver dam.
So here we just have like beavers. There's some cranes, like whooping cranes. There's a loon every morning. There's a loon on the lake.
Yep.
Every evening usually, but I haven't heard of yet.
No.
Then as far as fish, there's literally just bass, rainbow trout, perch, sunfish, and apparently the rumor is there's catfish, but I've never seen them.
No, I don't think I've seen a catfish.
Oh, somebody
Oh,
just
somebody's jumping in the lake.
Jumped in the lake behind us.
Do you do any fishing? Yes, I do fishing. It's mostly just for hobby because the fish are pretty small.
Yeah, if we catch enough decent sized ones, then we might. We've done it a couple times. We'll take them into the wood shop and clean them out and fry them up with some breadcrumbs on them and stuff like that. They're really good. Nice fresh fish out of the lake.
Nothing beats fresh fish out of the lake. And beavers hate the sound of running waters. I think beavers just hate anybody in general because, like I said, I was like 10 feet away from that little mofo and he was angry. He was like,
He was not happy with you getting close to him.
any jet skiing? No. So they only, because it's such a small lake, you don't really need any jet powered stuff. But it's also kind of like this weird unwritten rule.
There's sort of like, because it's all family in the lake. It's kind of there's only canoes, paddle boats,
kayaks.
nothing.
No gas powered
no
motors.
gas powered motors at all
Yeah.
in the water. Yeah,
Pollute the lake as little as possible because it is so small.
yeah. Everyone tries to do their part to keep it as clean as possible.
But I am going to go use the washroom, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll take over on the.
I suppose you're allowed to take a break.
Yeah, the general rule. I don't think it's like there's no like official bylaws or anything.
No,
but just
no,
kind of like
just
another rule for
strictly,
everyone on the lake. Like no motorized,
Yeah, and
no gas powered motors.
This lake's really small, so maybe you could have a little small outboard motor on a motorboat, or you could probably use a jet ski on here. That probably put as big as you could go if you wanted to.
Yeah, the lake's so small. Like if you had a motorized boat, you'd be flying across it in like
yeah,
no time.
yeah. This lake is really small,
Yeah.
so it's you'd have to have some like jet ski at the most. Sorry, there's a bunch of birds flying overhead here.
Yeah, David Wardell says, I've heard beaver tastes okay.
I've had
And then
beaver.
Heidi says, are you being smutty, David?
Yeah, that's
It's like, beaver tastes okay.
a little winky face there or something.
There
Yeah,
was no wink, but maybe there was a subtle wink underneath.
yeah.
Yeah.
All I've ever had was the beaver tails, which is like the Canadian. It's basically like a pastry with like cinnamon sugar on it. They put like whipped cream or ice cream or strawberries or jam. They can get all different flavors, but
Yeah, I think the basic beaver tail is just like a pastry with cinnamon on it and heat it
yeah,
up.
yeah, that's about the. But again, the other beaver,
Then the beaver, well,
some good, some
that's
depending
true.
on.
Not all beavers are created equally, I
No,
guess.
exactly. It's crazy how blown out this looks behind me. So it's so bright.
I know it's too bad because like it'd be nice if we could see the lake behind us, but yeah, the sun's all it's blowing it out right now.
Yeah, you can see behind my stupid head. That's a really nice looking lake. You can see the trees over over
Yeah.
here, but they still look really, really bright.
Ooh, some mini eggs.
Oh, those are guys having some of those earlier.
Also, another cool fun fact up here. I just love talking about it. I don't know if you guys care, but you know, is that the cottage that we were just at, which again is like literally less than 5 minutes down the road. There's a family built up because they're right on like the side of like this little cliff. I mean, it's like 20 feet. It's not very big.
No, it's like a little rock.
Rock cliff. And so my cousin built stairs going up the side, and there's a big family mausoleum, we call it. It's basically just like looks like a little wood cabin, and inside, because a lot of our family members were cremated, so like my grandma's generation, and all her siblings
Mm-hmm.
who have passed away, we put them all up in the little mausoleum up there, and there's a nice little sitting area that looks right over the lake, so it's really cool.
No, it's a really nice little peaceful spot.
So like my grandma, my grandpa, like my aunt, my great aunts, my great uncles, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice way to honor like a couple generations of your family.
Because they were like the original people, right? Like they
Yeah.
built it like with their own hands, and then they sort of started it all, right? So
Yeah, no, it is really nice.
and
yeah.
even unfortunately some relatives that have passed away that haven't
You've had some, yeah,
hit seniors age, like in kind
some
of middle age,
wives or husbands.
they're in there as well. So it's really cool because you can kind of go in one place, and it's very peaceful up there. And you just sit, and there's a little like rocking chair that looks right out to the lake, and then there's like a little door with like inside.
Sorry, David and Heidi were talking back and forth about the beaver comment. So David said, "Hey, you got it just before I could save myself, Heidi."
David said
he was trying to take the high road, but Heidi wouldn't let him.
So you heard beaver tastes delicious.
That's
They were
like, beaver. Let's see, you mean
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It's,
You mean like
and
yeah.
then Heidi said it.
Double entendre? And then David's talking about just mentioning what you talked about with the mausoleum. He's saying that's lovely, having them stay with them where they loved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that exactly. These people, they loved it up here. That's why they took all the time to build this stuff. So
Well, and at one point in time, like my grandma and my grandpa, and then like my grandma's siblings and their spouses, they all lived up here year round. Like they all retired up here. So like when I was probably like, I don't know, like a kid up until like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like they all lived up here. So when I was a kid, my parents used to ship me and my sister up here all summer. I mean, I didn't care. So it was us, and like we'd stay with my grandparents, but then it would be all my grandma's siblings, their grandchildren. So we would all just sort of play together.
all your cousins. So there's all these like
My
first
generation.
and second cousins that are all super close. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's very very unique for sure.
And it's really nice to have the mausoleum because it's just like David said, they're all in like one place, and
Yeah.
it's cool. It's
Well,
very peaceful.
You know how much this place meant to everyone, so it's nice that they can stay here.
I have another funny story about the mausoleum though.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, when it was finished, we kind of had like a little.
I need chocolate now.
We had a little ceremony
To sort
to
of
like open it and like put everybody in it. And so we're all up on the top of the hill, like we're all standing there. Everybody was somebody from each sort of family was saying something nice about. In this case, it was their parent, but like my grandparents' generation. and it was like really quiet. And I don't even remember what was said, but something was said, and right at that exact second, this giant tree that we could see from being up there fell over and smashed into the lake.
Yeah, it was like this big like
Birch tree. And that birch tree's been there for like gazillions of years.
Yeah.
And
Go over again.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It hides my thunder thighs. But it was like the creepiest timing, but at the same time, like everybody just kind of looked at each other and was like, "Yeah, that's about
That
right."
was the sign from all this. Be like, knock off all this like sentimental stuff and just go and enjoy it.
David, you can't say anything that would make me blush. I have tough skin. I hang out with these guys.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
We're not gentlemen.
No.
Quick question: Lots of raisins. Raisins is this a fruit? Can I count this as eating fruit today?
Sure.
I think so. Chocolate covered raisins.
I think so.
And Heidi, you
Raisins?
haven't really made Eric blush yet. You could try harder.
No way.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening to all my boring stories. It's
Yeah.
just kind of cool.
Hope you guys enjoyed a little tour of where we're staying right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, where we are, we're about 3 hours north of where we live.
Toronto.
2.5, 3 hours north.
Um,
Which is funny though, because we're up in like cottage country, but if you look on the map, there's still probably 12 hours north we can go. We're not
Where-
that
Oh, yeah.
far north. And like,
No.
you realize how big Canada is when you look at the map. Like,
Mm.
we're not that far north to be up in the cottage country.
No.
so
If you looked at the map of Ontario, some might consider this like southern part of
Yeah.
Ontario.
oh
so-
yeah, we're not like
We got another 10 hours till we get like.
Real
we're
north.
in the bush, but I mean we're not like
Yeah.
Another thing is I think I talked about in one of the other live streams that I really want to see a bear, like really want to see a bear. And I'm telling you, every single person up here at all the different cottages have these crazy stories. If they come outside, there's a bear sitting on their front step eating garb, like crazy stories.
And they also the same thing. You don't want to see a bear
I
up here.
still want
Yeah.
to see one with my own eyes. So I'm hoping to get one, and if I do, I'll put it on Instagram. So another reason to follow us on Instagram, guys.
Look up for the bear pics on Instagram.
Yeah.
Heidi says raisins are grapes. Chocolate grows on trees, so technically a fruit. 2 of your 5 a day right there.
There we go. Perfect.
How about Cadbury mini eggs? Heidi said I need to up my game then, Kelly. Yes, Heidi, you're very tame.
There's a moth on me, guys.
Nature.
Oh, nature happening right in front of us.
Sorry, we haven't eaten dinner yet, so we're
Yeah. This is my dinner right now.
We have some hamburgers and hot dogs.
David said, is it just black bears? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
They're like the most gentle ones.
They're the ones you could fight off with your bare hands. Out of any other bear, you'd have the best chance of surviving one.
Yeah, I still wouldn't trust my bare hands to fight off
No,
a black
no, me
bear.
neither. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just black bears. Then you get like raccoons and foxes and all that stuff.
Lots of raccoons.
Yeah, sometimes at night you can hear the coyotes and wolves howling. You howl, they'll howl back to you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, friend Kevin did that a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
it's really neat.
Heidi says she's shy. I don't think you're very shy, Heidi.
Doesn't sound like it.
She might be one of those. She's a keyboard commando, whatever they call it. Like on
Yeah.
the keyboard, she's quick to
Yeah.
face to face. Maybe it's a different story.
I'm still pretty shy on these live streams because it still feels weird. Like I can't like cut if I screw up and just do another take or something.
It's sort of weird that we're talking to people. It's not just the 3 of us here. 'Cause
Yeah.
Like
And it's not like a Zoom call where we can see who we're talking to talking back to us.
yeah.
Okay, so I just went inside to use the washroom and I went to my room to get something. And I just realized that I think I had like a bra sitting on the bed. So apologies if anybody saw
Oh,
it.
shocking.
Scandalous. We're just doing that for Victor views.
Nobody wants to see that. But I just realized after, I'm like, oh. It might have been a bathing suit top. I'm not sure. But
See, Heidi, we got called out last night in the comments on our Making Welsh Cakes video. Someone said the lady was like, the woman made a comment, we did it wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
she
you
said.
shouldn't have used margarine, you used the wrong sugar. She wasn't being mean about it, but,
Yeah, she was saying in her Welsh cakes it was butter, not margarine.
and
Our raisins were wrong.
the sugar.
The sugar was
we
wrong.
knew the sugar was
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was funny.
Yeah.
Like, we used a legit recipe. There. But she wasn't being mean or anything.
No,
She was
she didn't
saying-
mean. She was just saying like she was making a comment that her Welsh cakes have this in them.
Yeah, I was gonna write back. Or castor sugar was the other thing.
Cash,
We
Yeah.
knew that though.
Yeah.
We knew our sugar was wrong.
Mhm. I was gonna write back to her, but up here we kind of get some spotty internet. And it was like, oh, I'll play
Mm.
back to
Maybe everybody just has their own way to make them.
later.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling it's probably one of those things everyone has like their, there's like the general recipe, and then it's like, well, we add cinnamon, we do this, we use raisins, we use
Mm.
prunes, or I don't know.
I think she said she used instead of raisins or something else. Dates, I forget.
Currants?
There's currants. That was
Currants
it.
or something like that?
Yeah, like black currants or something.
I heard another squirrel or something like that.
It's really nice out right now. Like it's super still and calm.
And the bugs aren't out yet.
I can see. It's hard to see over the cottage, but it looks like it's nice and pink sky over there.
Pink
You guys know
sky
the
at
pink
night.
sky night, sailor
Sailor's
delight.
delight. Means it's gonna be a nice day.
Tonight, pink sky morning, sailorman's warning.
Well,
Apparently, that's like a legit. That's actually like a pretty fairly accurate.
the
It
picture.
is. It
Yeah.
always works usually.
It's a good way to predict the weather.
Apparently, it's to do with the way the pressure in the atmosphere and the sun going through it or something. I was reading something online about it. So
Mm.
it's like it's not obviously 100%, but like
Mm.
it's a fairly good rule of thumb. That's pink sky at night means it'll be a good day. Pink sky in the morning, you might low pressure, I guess.
Wow,
Could be,
we've turned to pink sky at night for a 10-minute conversation.
It really was.
Sorry, guys.
Yep. We went on a whole sailor talk tangent.
Can I have a raisin?
Help yourself.
Oh, I don't want to. All I do is eat up here, man.
It's actually not bad. For 40 pieces, it's 170 calories.
Oh.
40 pieces sounds like a lot.
yeah,
So little.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean the raisins can be.
Raisins
There's
are
some
very
sugar.
sugary, though.
Yeah.
There's some sugar in there.
It is all sugar, pretty much.
I don't know back.
So, guys,
I'll be back.
any other questions?
Any questions?
That sounded so big.
I know. Any questions?
Do you have any
What's
questions
that?
for us?
Yeah.
No, I just.
Well, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, you guys are all doing good on. This is Friday, right?
It is.
I
We've
keep
been,
forgetting what day it is.
when you come up here, like what?
Something about sugar.
Steve just yelled something as he went to the bathroom. I don't know. You guys can probably hear it better than we did.
I missed what he said.
David said, I wouldn't worry about making mistakes, Eric. Even my videos, I hardly ever do a cut and reshoot. I just go with it. I tell Eric all the time, this isn't a video, it's just a conversation. So when he has real life conversations, you don't change it.
This is true. I just gotta go with the flow.
They're our friends.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the flow.
We pretty much know everything there. We know Heidi, we know David, we know Nancy, Jackie,
Yeah.
Bob's.
The bobs are good.
I really need to stop eating these chocolates, guys.
Yeah.
Cadbury mini eggs are like
We made a huge mistake. We went from having drinks with your cousin to come up into the stream without having dinner, so we're starving right now.
I just realized
It says yo. I thought you did that on purpose. I thought you made it say yo because you're like, hey, yo guys, thanks for joining us. Why does it say yo?
I don't know, I didn't do it. I'm sorry guys for the little I just realized the little purple
The banner?
thing in the corner that says yo. It must have just did that.
I
on
thought you
its
just
own.
welcomed everybody like, yo,
No.
thanks for joining us. Either way, our stream says yo, and we can't really change it right now.
We're janky with our setup today.
Yeah, setup's kind of all over the map.
I'm just shocked it's working with the data, so
So far, so good.
yeah. Dead air, Eric, dead air, fill it.
Oh, okay. How old is this place?
I just said it. We're in the-
So, see, this is why I'm not going to live streams.
Why? You're just being too like
I don't know.
anal about it.
I guess so. So, how's everybody doing tonight out there in the on the other end of the stream? Oh, someone just jumped in the lake again. Yeah. Yeah, there's a sauna down behind us. You guys already mentioned this, but your neighbors next door got it lit and they're jumping in the lake. So you probably hear them jumping in the water right now.
And I need to not eat these anymore. We'll probably wait for Steve to come back and then we might just wrap it up because we are using data. So
Yeah. And we're pretty hungry if we haven't eaten anything yet.
I think our brains are slowly breaking down because we haven't eaten.
Yeah.
And the mosquitoes. Is it really mean if you see a mosquito on somebody and you don't tell them, but you watch the mosquito bite them and see if they notice?
Yes.
Because I just did that to Eric.
Oh, thanks a lot. If you see a mosquito on somebody, you gotta give them a heads up.
David just made a good point. I wouldn't worry. It's great hearing the wildlife. You guys are right. You probably just want us to shut up and listen to the wildlife.
Yeah, let's just be silent for a second. Let them take it in.
Ooh.
We're in Nature Channel now.
It is really peaceful.
It is.
I wish the bullfrogs were out.
These raisins are fantastic. I love Gloucester raisins.
There's that one bird that's making that really loud, like, singing noise. It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're into birds, there's definitely a lot of different kind of birds up here.
There's one woodpecker that always comes out, and I swear it, like, taunts you.
I've seen blue jays up here.
Used to be a hummingbird feeder right there, too.
Yeah, and your cousin's down at the end of the lake where we just were. Their cousin's cottage had a hummingbird feeder just outside of the gazebo, and there's a hummingbird like feeding from it.
Oh, was there?
Yep.
My grandpa used to love hummingbirds. Every morning he would build a hummingbird feeder that would be right behind over there a little bit. And when we were kids, we always used to help him fill it up. It was just sugar, water, and food coloring.
Mm-hmm.
And the hummingbirds would come every morning.
Mm.
Heidi, you are right. Nothing better for the soul than sitting in the country and listening to all the wildlife chatter. When I come here, it's one of the only times that I can just be content sitting here and not necessarily being like, oh, I gotta look at my phone, or oh, I gotta do this, or I gotta do that. Like,
It's good to unplug as we sit here.
well, no, but
Sit
like the hammock that you guys might have seen really quickly, like that's the best place to just hang out and have naps.
Mm.
We're just letting them enjoy the wild nature. Excuse me. The sounds.
Mm.
That's nice. Or woodpecker.
But I said we'll probably wrap it up pretty soon, just because we're on data and we're kind of hungry. And
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
It was nice to share this with everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed a little piece of heaven up here in Perry Sound.
yeah, in a couple of weeks. Oh, they
Look
just
at
got
that
a
ash
nice
shot.
view of Steve's ass. And we're on a delay, so you probably already saw it. But sorry, guys, for that big ass shot of Steve.
That's the one thing that's kind of weird is that we're using StreamYard here,
So
so
it's a delay.
there's quite the delay between what's live versus what
Heidi
we see.
said, "What's it like for spiders there? Do you get any whoppers? We get really big. I call them dock spiders. They're down by the on the dock by the paddle boat, and they're
Yeah,
like
those things can get to be like
they're freaking
really big.
disgusting. But as far as anyone's like in the house, it's like the regular. I call them daddy long legs.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Low battery though. Why is that not charging?
Well, there we go. That might
Yeah,
be
we might
the...
have to wrap up. The phone's about to die with their cameras on.
David just said in about an hour and a half, the birds will start to sing here. Unfortunately, the magpies will start chattering right outside my bedroom window.
Yeah,
Well-
we always get woken up by the birds here. It's nice, but
Yeah, we've already wrapped it
good or
up, guys.
bad depending on let us sleep in.
And he's getting anxious because the low battery thing came on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He gets-
we're gonna let's just wrap up now
Yeah,
so we
that's
can do this
I
cleanly.
just wanted to finish the comment. But yeah, guys, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
And check us out on Instagram, follow us there, and we will be back up here in a couple weeks, so you can check us out then.
Don't forget to give this live stream a big thumbs up. That really does help our channel. We really appreciate it.
And
Thank
stay tuned for our Tuesday video. We have a really fun one that we kind of teaming sort of. We'll let you just watch Tuesday.
Yeah,
set your
Tuesday.
calendars.
Something big's coming.
Special video on Tuesday.
We're super psyched about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you then, and we'll see you next Friday.
So I'm gonna say bye, but it's gonna be that awkward while I close this down.
Yeah. It's gonna be a blind. Yeah. By as Steve closes down the app.
First, I gotta close this down.
Bye.
Okay.
guys.
Bye, guys.